Today I'm going to show you my all-time favorite makeup products, products I use the most over the years, or products that I use every day. Instead of doing a monthly favorites this month, since it is my first month, I thought I would just share with you guys what I love the most and have loved the most since you don't know me yet. And yeah, before getting into monthly favorites where something is just, something that I use that's new and that I use for the whole month. Anyway, let's just get into it. I do have quite a few things here. I don't, however, have a couple of things that I do use every day, such as mascara and primers and things like that, because those things actually do change a lot for me. I get very tired of them and I switch them up all the time. I don't really have a go-to for those. The first thing that I'm going to show you is the foundation that I have loved over the years. It's the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this is in NC15. So I always buy my own pump for them. It looks really ratchet and used up and gunky, but that's because I use it every day. It has, I would say, medium coverage. You can build it though. I have tried so many different foundations over the years, but I always come back to this one. And now what I like to do is I'll go to Sephora and I'll ask them for a sample of a couple of different kinds of foundations, if there is something I want to try, because I don't want to go out there and buy a full foundation when I know that I'm always just going to go back to this. I always go back to this. It never fails. I did, however, buy the full bottle of the Kat Von D foundation, the Lock-It foundation, I think it's called. And I do like it, but it is pretty heavy. I still do wear it sometimes to change it up, but I would just rather wear this every day. It's just my favorite and I love it. I do, however, want to try the Dior air spray, whatever it's called, the one in the aerosol can. I do want to try that one though. And I don't know if they can actually get me a sample of it, so I might ask for that one for Christmas or something, because it is pretty pricey. The next thing I'm going to show you guys looks pretty used and banged up too. It's my Marc Jacobs concealer. I have the shade number 1 Awake. It's the Remarkable concealer. I've actually had this for way too long and should probably repurchase a new one. It's really creamy. And I want to say thick, but it's not too thick. I'll try to show you. If you can see here, I've used quite a bit of it. One thing that is kind of weird is it looks almost melty sometimes, like it's melted. But when you put it on your skin, I just use it really under my under eyes. That's why I have the lightest shade. And it stays all day. It doesn't crease or anything when I put it on under my eyes. I don't really use it to cover up blemishes or anything like that because it is so light. It's just better for under my eyes. But that is something that I have used over the past couple of years and I really enjoy it. I didn't like it at first, which is kind of weird, but I grew to love it and now it's one of my staples. It's something I'll probably always repurchase. Although next time I go to get one, I might try something different, but I could see myself purchasing this again for sure in the future. The next thing here is the Studio Fix by MAC. It's the powder and I wear NW20. So this one, as you can see, I'm going to need a new one. Like I said, these are products that I use all the time. I literally use this every day when I wear makeup, which is pretty much every day. So I wear this on top of my Studio Fix liquid foundation and I just love this stuff. It gives just, like I said before when I was talking about the Studio Fix liquid, it doesn't give you a full coverage. You could build it to a full coverage, but I find that the more layers that you add on top of each other with the Studio Fix, it just looks cakey. So I just don't even bother. I just wear my one layer of the Studio Fix and then I set it with this powder and it's beautiful. It goes beautiful together. I've probably purchased those for the past 10 years, no joke, all the time. As soon as they run out, I go and buy a new one or whenever they get low. One thing that's kind of, I don't know if it's strange about me or if other people are like this, as you can see, it still has quite a bit of product left, but to me she's almost done. I don't like trying to dig around and try to get the product, because whenever you have a fresh one, it just comes off so nicely on the brush and you just get way better coverage. I find that way. I'm probably just being crazy and wasteful, and I'm sorry if that bothers some people out there. I can't help it. Plus, I love bringing stuff back to MAC because I like to get my Creme Cup lipstick. The next thing that is one of my staples is this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and it's in medium deep. I use this as my bronzer. I've used this for the last couple of years. I really like it. It's not too dark. I am really pale, so it's just perfect for my skin tone. I don't go crazy contouring or anything like that. I have tried a few times with different products to do the contouring, and it is really fun, but it's not something I would do every day. And the next thing that I have here is the MAC. I didn't even think I liked MAC products that much, but apparently I do. This is the MAC Spellbinder Blush. It's the satin finish one, and it looks like this. It's beautiful. It's really peachy. It's like screaming peach. I do love this blush. I wear it every single day pretty much. Yeah, every day. There are other times when I'll throw in other colors, you know, if I'm doing a different look or something, but pretty much this is my go-to that I just throw in every day. The blush that I used before that, and I used this stuff every day, like faithfully every day. For years and years, I would always use this one. It's the Dior, which is sorry if I'm blinding you. It's the Dior Rosy Glow. So, and this shade is called Petal. I don't even know if there's different shades beside this one, but I'll show you. It's a very bright pink. Apparently this blush is good for every skin tone. It's supposed to look different on every single person. And it smells like roses, which is really nice. My next favorite is the Urban Decay eyeshadow in Sin. It almost has pink undertones, which I don't really like usually, but it's just a very shimmery, all over lid kind of a color. I love it. It's universal. It can go with any other color. I've tried it with like purples, browns, gray, black. You can, you know, just, it goes with everything. But I normally do just pair this with my next favorite here, which is the Urban Decay eyeshadow in Lost. And this is a dark brown. As you can see, I have hip pan. I do use these pretty much every single day. I wouldn't necessarily have to repurchase this exact brown, but I would want something from Urban Decay that is similar if I didn't repurchase this one. I did a couple of people's makeup using these colors, and they had different skin colors, different skin tones, different shaped eyes, and these two colors looked amazing on everyone. I totally recommend them. The next thing I'm going to show you is actually a drugstore product. It's something I have also used for years and years. It is the Maybelline Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This is what it looks like in the little pack. And when you open it, I'll show you the brush. This is my favorite kind of applicator ever because it has like the felt kind of a tip there. It's not a brush, it's a felt. And it is hard, and that's what I like about it. I just find the ones that come with the flimsy little brushes, I make a terrible mess when I'm doing my eyeliner. I'm terrible at doing it anyway, so this I find very easy. I would recommend it for people that are just beginning, or if there's someone out there like me that's terrible putting on your own eyeliner, this is quite easy. I do like the Kat Von D eyeliner a lot, and the ones that are like that, it's the marker typed ones, because again, I do like the applicators on that. They're hard, but those ones are kind of pointer on the end, which is nicer than this in a way. But this is like $11.99, and the Kat Von D one is, I want to say $25, so I'm just sticking with this for now. I like it. It looks just as great. It lasts all day. It's just as dramatic. I recommend this if you don't want to go out and spend a bunch of money on an eyeliner when they're kind of basic. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't really get anything more fancy. It's black liquid that you put on your eyes. So, I mean, $11.99 or $25 or $40. There's so many other ones out there that cost a lot, and it is fun to try other ones, but this one to me is just as good for sure. So the last makeup product I'm going to show you is the lipstick that I'm wearing right now. It's a lipstick that I've worn for the last 10 years. I love it so much. The Creme Cup lipstick by MAC, which is a cream sheen. I'm just going to show you. I'll show you the color. It's so sad because it's gone. This is as far up as it goes. And yeah, there's like nothing in there. Makes me sad. I'm gonna go probably this weekend and get a new one. The next couple of things I'm gonna show you are brushes. I'm just gonna go through them pretty quick. So this is the Sephora brush number 55. It's called the Pro Airbrush. I use this for my powder, so I use this every day with my Studio Fix. I do like it. I use it every single day, but I will say, and this is kind of weird to be having this in my favorites and now I'm going to say something negative about it, but if I was going to say something negative, it's just not quite fluffy enough. It is a powder brush, but it's just, if you can tell compared to my hand here, it's not really, it's pretty small. Do you know what I mean? So I think that someday in the future, I'm going to invest in another brush that is a little bit bigger for my powder brush. It is nice though, and it applies really well. It picks up the product good and everything like that. So it's definitely fine. It's just, if I was gonna point something out, that would be it. And the next one that I use every single day too is the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush. And this is in number 56. It's kind of got an angle to it, as you can see. It goes a little bit higher up here and lower down here. This works really well with the MAC foundation. And the next brush I'm going to show you, I have nothing negative to say about it. I wish that I owned 2 of these, and maybe I will someday. But brushes are just so expensive, so, you know. This is the MAC 100 brush. It has a tiny little tip. I don't want to say tiny, but this is what I use for a blush brush. So to me, this powder brush is almost like a blush brush. That's normally what the size of a lot of blush brushes are. You know what I'm trying to say. But this is the MAC brush, so you can tell it's quite a bit smaller, but this applies my blush so beautifully. It picks up the product perfectly. It just smooths it on. I've mentioned in a video before how the MAC blushes don't normally work on my face. They would never show up very well. They wouldn't last long on my face. But since I bought this brush, they do. I think what happened before with a lot of my MAC blushes is just certain brushes kind of pack the powder in instead of picking the product up. Do you know what I mean? So it gets so packed down that you swipe your finger across it and you don't even get to pick up any product. So I don't know if that's what the problem was before, but either way, I'm just so happy that I found this brush. It's awesome. It's really good for highlighting too, if you have like a powder highlighter. I don't know, it's just the perfect little brush. I do wish I had 2 because it is so good for other things. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you is the Beauty Blender, and mine is so disgusting right now and has to be washed. But this is the best little thing around town. I use this mostly for setting my concealer under my eye. But anyway, those are my favorite things that I have loved over the years. I always will go back to those no matter what. Even if I do buy something different, I still always end up going back to those things. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!